course, thanks to Efb Electric Fountain Brewing, Ash C and
Britt B.
Get to
Spill the tea.
Thank you so much for allowing us yet another opportunity to come to this table in our beautiful new studio.
Yes.
And talk about things we may or may not really understand.
I know.
Right? Some things we do know. I do know that it's not all bad news all the time, hence our Good News Brews. But before we get to that, we have some things we want to talk about. Not all great stuff. And I think it's primarily because some people haven't learned the art of, if you don't have anything nice to say, just keep scrolling.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I feel like this is also, what really grinds my gears type of segment.
That's all right.
Yeah.
There's plenty of those things that grind my gears. Let's talk about it.
So starting off, I decided I'm going to start leaving unhinged responses to my unhinged comments.
As you should. As you should.
Well, I've learned, engagement
Tit for tat.
is the best thing for us. Tit for tat.
Hey,
that's
listen.
perfect.
Yeah.
Because what I am referring to is generally when people like to comment about whatever it is I'm wearing.
Or personal appearance. I mean, it has to stem from jealousy or just the tightest.
I think a lot of it is misunderstanding. I will give people the benefit of the doubt, but I think, so generally these comments come from women themselves. Mm-hmm. Imagine that, women busting down other women.
Yeah.
But the women are also usually baby boomer-ish age.
Older, yeah.
And I'm not trying to be like an ageist, but I notice these things because it's usually about, do I have too many buttons undone? Or am I showing cleavage? It's generally around my tit for tat area.
Yeah, I get it.
But it's always in regards to showing too much, which is interesting to me because what this is my projection of estrogen.
Yeah.
So men have testosterone, something that we have very little of, and they get
Speak for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
They get rewarded for that in their masculinity, in their leadership, being a boss, tough, strong, stoicism. But when women show off their estrogen, their soft features, the things that make us women,
Beautiful creatures, let's be real.
then we are scrutinized for it.
Yeah, we're chastised. But I think a lot of that comes from insecurity, the way people are raised, like you mentioned, the generational difference there. Also, we live in, I'd say, kind of a conservative town, right? We're not as progressive as we like to think we are. But a lot of it probably is because we're not used to seeing, someone as comfortable or without rules per se in the corporate world being able to be on screen and dress how we want and portray who we are as genuine individuals, right? So there's a difference there.
I do think back to like the ageist thing. Again, I don't want to be painted that, but I look at it as like some of these women that are commenting it are women that lived through so many power movements. They saw the first feminists burn their bras. They, little things where also you walk into a museum and you see, like when we're talking about art and nudity, if you will. Mm-hmm. You have the times in ancient Greece where they flaunted nudity. Yeah. That was, one of the biggest aspects of their art. You'll see that. At the same time, in an era where, like in the Victorian era, where we got in trouble for showing our wrist, our ankles. Yeah. Some of these women have lived through and seen so much, it just surprises me that you have that stance. Or
they're also the same women who may be the first to belittle you for not breastfeeding. So it's like, what do you want here? Which way are we going? Are they good or are they not good? They don't just serve a purpose. I mean, they are there. They're beautiful. They're what make us women, right? So I say flaunt it if you got it. And again, if you don't have anything nice to say, just scroll pass.
Well,
I don't know why
yeah.
people feel like they have to.
But now you're getting the tit for tat, like I said. I'm going to come up with the best responses, and hopefully
seen, like,
they don't get deleted. I said, I actually saw it from somebody else where the live, laugh, love. I go,
yeah.
She said, oh, you missed a button, dear. And I was like, I cannot live, laugh, love with these comments.
You know
with
what
this scrutiny.
You know what you should do next time is get one of those Dickies and wear it under your shirt and just see what comments you get then. Obviously, you are secure enough in your appearance and your womanhood and who you are that this shouldn't bother you. I do, however, love the unhinged comments. Have you seen Wendy's and I forget what the other fast food joint is? They go back and forth on like Twitter or X or whatever it's called now.
Who is it? Is it Burger King?
I don't know, but they had a sign.
Yes.
It is, yeah, Burger King. They dig on each other left and right, and I think it's hilarious. And I do think that if you are willing to dish it, you have to be able to receive it.
I do like seeing, it's also like you see the Wendy's actual profile and then it says something unhinged. It's usually I go on my own profile so it's coming from me and it's not Muddy River News. But it would be, I think, a little funnier coming
if
from
Muddy River News was like, you know what? We appreciate all our viewers.
Unhinged responses.
Yeah, I love it.
Moving on to the next thing. A
All
little
right.
more positive.
Ding, let's talk about it.
So I recently got to record the latest episode with Randy Phillips, Muddy TV Cribs.
Yeah.
I love those. It's actually like one of my favorite things to do. It's like so awesome that people allow us, one, into their home with cameras, but two, sharing usually intimate and like personal stories.
Sure.
This latest one, you'll see it maybe like 2 weeks from now. It's going to be one of our Muddy TV Monday drops. And it is with some folks in Woodlawn. Yeah. So that is apparently one of the oldest subdivision with a covenant. Yeah. And our host that showed us, I don't want to give it away, she showed us the actual covenant, and it just, that kind of goes along with what I was saying before. It's just so crazy how times have changed. Yes. So much, so quickly. And, with things like that, we obviously accept those changes. Sometimes. Yeah. Sometimes they're harder to swallow, but. Some of the things in there were, like basically saying, like, people of certain race couldn't be allowed in there. Yeah. That's where I'm like, gotcha. We're growing. Yeah. Albeit some are slower to grow than others. Yeah. And a lot of it, like you said, does come from time. But I'm excited to see this Muddy River Cribs. It's one of my favorite segments because I'm so nosy. Same. I love to look at like realtor.com and just see, like, this house went up for sale. Well, I've driven by that house my entire life. I want to see the inside of it without being a creeper. I get to meet, generally a lot of the people have pets. I love animal lovers. So I'm usually right away,
Coco Chanel.
Can I find, do you have a dog? Do you have a cat? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and, so that's some of the... Coco Chanel is the best name for a cat. I love it. And she looks like a Coco Chanel. Yeah, so hopefully we have a little peek with her on there. I'm not sure about that. Again, thank you for letting me inside your homes. If you have any suggestions of great homes, please message me here. Yeah. I'm always looking for new and exciting things. Yeah, if you want to see the most unorganized home, perhaps you could come to mine. Would you allow me in there? Oh my gosh, yeah. But you just have to see how I live. I mean, especially we got girls home from, they're home all day during summer, and now they've decided that our house is the place to be, which I'm cool with. Yeah. But that means all their friends are coming over. There's soda cans. There's. Who knows? Why I guess I'm thanking people so much is because to me it sounds like my nightmare. It is my own personal nightmare. I think you just have to get out of your own comfort zone and say, this is. But then some people live, so cleanly. Yeah. So the lady who her friend came over and knocked on, she goes, did she know you were doing the inside? I was like, yeah. Like, look at the place. She goes, oh no, it's always like this. I'm like, what? I strive to be that when I grow up. I just don't think it's ever going to happen. Yeah, I don't think so either. Yeah. But such is life. And, one of these days I'll have time to clean and worry about how my pots and pans are organized. But until then, you'll just have to deal with me clanking around because I can't find anything or keep anything organized. Well, speaking of finding something.
Yeah.
You found the Good News Brews
Oh, yeah.
today.
Okay, so I forget the specifics about this, but I was scrolling Facebook in what seemed like a never-ending doom cycle of people bitching at one another about everything under the sun. I mean, it doesn't even matter anymore. Everybody's against the same thing, but for some reason we have to argue about it. So I'm scrolling, rolling my eyes, and up pops this thing on what's happening in Quincy, Illinois. And it's one of my favorite sites to follow because, again, I'm nosy, aside from, of course, Muddy River News. But when I'm scrolling, I see this thing. I have to give a shout out, and immediately caught my attention because I'm like, okay, I love that sentence.
Yeah.
I think it always, is a precursor to something really cool. This gal left her wallet with quite a bit of cash in it, and actually I think it was her whole purse with quite a bit of cash in it, and called and was thinking the worst. Like, it's gone, and I think it was somewhere like Walmart or one of the big box stores or something, right? And she called and was transferred all the way around and was, whole time getting the sweats and figuring this is toast. And she was like, but I got to give a shout out. The customer service person that I talked to said 3 teenage boys found it, brought it up, and nothing was missing. And even though the cashier thought that there was stuff missing out of it, because evidently this gal's a minimalist, which I'm not either, she said that there was just really nothing in her purse but her wallet and all this cash.
That's
and
amazing.
I know. And it's little things like that. And I'm not saying that boys aren't generally like giving or thoughtful or doing the right things, but it does strike me when I see 3 teenage boys doing something like this for someone that they don't know.
Absolutely, and putting that in the news,
Yeah.
too. We did just have a story where the arrest was made on the pizza robbery, and it turned out being teenage boys.
Yeah.
So, the comments came floating in of how you need to better your children and this and that.
Good luck.
And so it is nice to hear something in the news that, reflects just the opposite.
Yeah. And I think that there is a lot of that going around. But again, it's like the squeaky wheel gets the most attention, right? So the thefts of the delivery driver, that gets all the clicks.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad we have Good News Brews, because I think this kind of stuff needs attention as well. So yeah, kudos to the 3 teenage boys who turned in that gal's purse. I believe she said she'd like to get a hold of them and give them a reward.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And speaking of squeaky wheels and attention, my chair.
I was wondering if that was you.
WD-40.
I was like, what is that squeak?
Well, we're working out some kinks and making the studio better and more complete as time goes on.
Yeah.
But we hope, like you said, you enjoy it. We hope you enjoyed this coffee talk.
Yeah.
And our Good News Brews.
Absolutely. And if you have something unhinged to say, especially to Brittany, be prepared for the unhinged response. There's your fair warning. EFB.
I'm raising my eyebrows up and down at you, but you can't tell because of all the Botox from Lux. But anyway,
thank you, Lux, right? Thank you, EFB, for, again, always allowing us to sit here. We appreciate you. This has been today's
Coffee Talk.